Now, let me to continue my teaching by giving you some puzzles. These puzzles are designed to challenge your understanding of geological maps and to encourage you to think critically and apply uh, the principles we have been discussing. Our first puzzle centers around a set of seemingly contradictory observations related to the Jurassic intrusive bodies in the Gulpaigan region. Uh, the puzzle is why lack of volcanic outcrops, batholith geometry, and low magnetic intensity is seen in Jurassic intrusive body. The puzzle presents a set of geological characteristics that are somewhat unexpected or unusual for typical intrusive igneous rocks. Let's break down the individual component of this puzzle. First, instead of presence of a lot of intrusive body, there is not any volcanic activity during the Jurassic. Um, Typically, when we have large scale intrusive magmatism, we might also expect to see uh, evidence of volcanic activity at the surface, such as volcanic cones, lava flow, or ash deposit. However, in Gulpaigan, a lot of there is a lack of Jurassic age volcanic rocks, despite the presence of numerous Jurassic intrusion. Um, as you can see in the lithofacius, we have a lot of intrusive body in this area in the Jurassic time. But as I said, we can see any volcanic activity in that period of time. Uh, this is a puzzle. Uh, in fact, why there is an intrusion without volcanic? Uh, But the second part of the puzzle is that most of intrusive body outcrops are very large and are similar to the batholith shape, and stock shape is not seen. As you can see in this map, there are very large batholith shape intrusive body. The intrusive bodies in Gulpaigan are described as having a batholith geometry. In fact, batholiths are very large, irregularly shaped, intrusive bodies that form deep within the crust. In contrast, stock shapes, which are smaller, more cylindrical intrusions, are often more closely associated with volcanic centers and shallower level of the crust. And you can see these feature resembles uh, batholith geometry, and you can see how much intrusive body is there with the geometry that is very similar to batholith, and also we can see volcanic activity during the Jurassic. So uh, please think about this. And for the third part of our first puzzle, I would like to use geophysics, my main major, and I would like to analyze geomagnetic intensity in the Gulpaigan area. In fact, we have already established that Jurassic intrusion in Gulpaigan exhibit a lack of volcanic rocks and batholithic geometry. Now we add a third puzzling observation. Why geomagnetic intensity is low in spite of presence of a lot of intrusion body. This refers to magnetic intensity, which is a measure of the strength of the Earth's magnetic field in a particular area. Geophysical surveys, such as aeromagnetic survey, measure variation in the Earth's magnetic field. Igneous rocks, especially those with a mafic composition, reach in iron and magnesium often contain magnetic mineral such as magnetite. So they exhibit a high amount of total magnetic intensity. And in spite of uh, presence of a lot of intrusive body in Gulpaigan, as we can see in the TMI magnetic intensity map of Iran, that location of Gulpaigan has been shown on it. Uh, the total magnetic intensity is low, is somehow low. And as I said, when we have intrusive body, and in Gulpaigan we have large and big intrusive body that mimic geometry of batholith, we expect to have a large amount of geomagnetic intensity variation. But as I said, it is not as high as we expect. So this is the third puzzle. And in the next slide, I would like to solve the first puzzle. So stay with me.